I was having lunch with some friends, and we were talking about powerlessness. And powerlessness is, in most of society, is considered to be a negative condition. Something to be overcome by acquiring more power. And be it economic power, or be it influence, position, or even acquiring spiritual power. This true powerlessness is not really a very attractive proposition, because it puts you at the mercy of the universe. And we all like to think that we have some influence or control on things. And to be at the mercy of the universe, what if the universe doesn't have our best interests at heart? Without our being able to have some input into this to kind of guide things our way, it seems pretty random, and at least on the surface to be pretty frightening. So one of the solutions to that, of course, is faith. That you have faith that there is a power in the universe that has your best interests at heart. And that you will then, quote, surrender your power to that power, because you figured that power will take care of you and just basically give you the good stuff. And the reason it hasn't done that already is because you've been selfish and self-centered and trying to get stuff for yourself, and have blocked the flow of all the goodness that's clearly meant to come your way from this bigger power. And so the solution is to get out of the way, and then you will receive all the beneficence of the universe coming to you, which is another attractive notion of control, because now you've got something to do. All I have to do is get out of the way, and then I'll get what I want. So it all really boils down to the same thing. It's just different ways of approaching the same problem. This principle or notion of true powerlessness, which is what we talk about here in this living, what I call the living teaching, is an acknowledgement of where the power truly lies. That what it is that has the power, what it is that's exercising the power, both positive and negative. And what it is, and the place, obviously, to start with that, seeing that truth, is in ourselves, to look inside, to see who we are, to see what we are, and to essentially investigate ourselves and our behavior, and look at the source of ourselves and our behavior. See what makes us do what we do, makes us what we are. From the most fundamental level as human beings, what makes us human beings? What makes us human beings with whatever our gender is? What makes us human beings with our life experiences? What's responsible for this? In seeing that, you see where the power actually lies. You see what it is that is, in fact, in control. And so the powerlessness at the level of the individual is simply a statement of fact. It's an acknowledgement or a recognition of what is, when you can see it. And that's, of course, the problem, that for 99.9% of the population, a crack never appears in which you can begin to glimpse your own powerlessness. But it does happen. Whether it happens through some life trauma, through some kind of addiction, or some kind of life situation that brings about a moment of clarity, a moment of seeing, in which there's a glimpse of this truth, a glimpse of what actually is. How that comes about, I mean, all we can say is grace. There's no way to make it happen. There's no way to predict where it's going to happen. But when it does, then, as Ramana Maharshi said, your head has gone into the tiger's mouth, and the jaws close, and there's no escape. That you have been set on the path of discovering the true depth and nature of your own powerlessness, which certainly in the beginning, after a sort of kind of initial elation, can get pretty scary and pretty disturbing. Because in that twilight zone space of getting the sense that, wait, I really am not in control here. And yet there is a profound sense of being in control, a profound sense of feeling the obligation to control things, make things happen. And so in that twilight zone, there is often a tremendous life difficulties. So that's, I think, where the term miserable seeker came about. That you're no longer able to go back to your old way of seeing things, and yet you're not comfortably situated in the kind of peace that you've glimpsed as possible. And that's frustrating. It's difficult. And all the more so because it is so rare that it is difficult to find a community of people with that understanding, that are in the same situation you are. Meaning that you have glimpsed this truth. You've glimpsed the sense that you are not the master of your destiny. You're not in control of things. That there is a power greater than yourself which is making everything happen. From your breathing to your actions, both good and bad, to your triumphs, to your tragedies, to your mistakes, to everything. And if you try and tell people this, they just say, what a cop-out. Get a grip. What you need to do is gain control of your life. You need to manifest the good stuff. Your problem is that you're screwing up. You're not doing it right. All you have to do is, and fill in the blank.